Oh god. So if you couldn't tell or know, I was in Quebec for the last week or so. It was interesting to say the least. There was a lot of things going on. But yeah, this is pretty much a video going over what I did over there. And you're probably wondering why I was even over there. I don't know, I just want to go see. Technically, Montreal started on day 2 because day 1 I was in Ottawa for a very short time. Ottawa was, uh... Okay, it's probably not that bad. Anyway, moving on to actual Montreal because that's the point of the video. Sunday, I basically did nothing train-worthy. Actually, I didn't do anything train-worthy. There was basically nothing around. Anyway, I visited my uncle and, looked around, see if there was anything cool. There was only buses, so whatever. The next day, I went down to the old port of Montreal, and yeah, that was pretty much it, kind of. I mean, there were some other things, but those are more minor compared to what I did. I was surprised to see railroad crossings, but only to realize it was a literal spur track and that there was 0 trains, so yeah, that hope faded very fast. There was ziplining taking place across the water, interestingly. So yeah, I took some photos and it was pretty cool. I'm not afraid of heights, but I still wouldn't try this. We also went through a literal tunnel under downtown Montreal. It was pretty interesting that Montreal has this, and it's now very funny to realize that Doug Ford is trying to have the same thing with the 401. The place we stayed at was pretty scenic, especially from this window. And I'm 100% sure someone from Quebec could easily pinpoint what building this is. Pretty much this entire trip is more or less not train focused, so yeah, if you're expecting trains, not much of it. And that's a perfect segue into the next day, because now there is actual trains. So, I went over to the REM, or the... Oh, I'm not gonna say it. Do I want to say it? Fine, I'll say it. Réseau Express Métropolitain. There. God, French. Anyway, this was a great spot to actually catch trains, and to my surprise, I ended up catching 2 actual trains, because apparently, the REM is not exactly a train, it's more of a light metro. Yeah. even though EXO train service is worse than what I'm used to with GO Transit, I was still surprised to even catch one of them. That ALP-45 is loud. Like, oh my goodness. I couldn't even tell you right now how loud it was in person. Anyways, this was honestly a pretty good spot, not only for the trains and stuff, but it was pretty scenic, honestly. Next, I decided to walk to downtown Montreal because I honestly thought it wasn't too far, and it wasn't. And I went to downtown Montreal just so I could do this. Yeah, I walked all the way just so I could find CN's headquarters and video it so I could officially say, I found it. Oh god, that was so stupid. Anyway, yeah, not only was CN's headquarters there, VRL's headquarters was honestly literally around the corner. Anyway, after that, we went to go eat. Oh yeah, did I forget to mention it was not just me? It was my older brother and his girlfriend. Anyway, Wednesday was the last full day, and in particular, in the evening, we decided to go some more sightseeing, and it was pretty cool, especially at night. Thursday was irrelevant because the moment we woke up, we basically started packing up to go back home. Anyways, this is really just a simplified version of the actual trip because the actual trip would probably take like a whole 50-minute video if we're gonna be honest. So, yeah, Montreal was pretty good in my opinion, though the interesting thing is that at night you hear people raging in French. Anyways, that will do it for me for this video. See ya.